Hello and welcome to another episode of Rachel Rambles. I'm so glad you guys are still watching, because if you keep watching, then I keep rambling about nothing, really. Here's my lovely book stack with my cats just dying to knock it over and ruin my video. And the wine, of course. Holding my camera. I have two complete works of Shakespeare. Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales, Grimm's fairy tales, Unfinished Tales of Tolkien, and of course The Return of the King. And then there's the bookshelf in the back. It's a collection of my roommate and I. So yeah, I do like to read, especially Tolkien and Shakespeare. Yeah, so those are my book preferences. And that is how I record my Rachel Rambles videos, is on a stack of books. I'm gonna stop now. Good God, okay. It's been long. So back to demo reel. I'm just gonna lay it out right now. We read all of the comments. Of course we do. You would too. And they're helpful. Like, it's helpful to see what someone who is seeing this all for the first time thinks of it, because when you're in the process of creating something, or if you're spending 12 hours filming it, you kind of lose perspective, the outside perspective of what it's going to be. Like, when I see the episodes, I think, oh, this is how I was feeling at that moment, or oh, I had a headache right there, or like this or that. So it's interesting to hear from an audience member who is just taking it all in at once for the first time. So keep commenting, because personally, it's really cool to read them. A lot of people are talking about the fact that they don't understand the genre of demo reel. They don't understand what it's about, what it's focusing on. Here's my response to that. Who cares? In my opinion, great art is something that is ever changing. It's something that you don't necessarily need to classify. And a lot of the great artists of the world, of history, I think believe that too. I'm going to use Led Zeppelin as an example, because I love Led Zeppelin and actually know about them. So their music is always changing and is always one step ahead of their audience. So when their albums first came out, people did not like them. Why? Because they said, what is this? I don't know what it is. This is not what I was expecting. This is not like the first album that I heard. And Led Zeppelin didn't really care. It's called endgaming. When you're thinking about how it's going to end, or you're thinking about the result before you even have it down. So if you're thinking about what everyone's going to think about it before it's even written, you have failed, because you are no longer creating something that is true to yourself. And I'm not a critic. I don't really see that many movies, ironically, because I want to be an actor. I'm an actor. I am an actor. Scratch that first part. But I was thinking, okay, what do I know? What can I talk about? And one thing I do know and love and spend a lot of time working on is acting. So I'm going to talk about that. They shouldn't call it acting. They should call it being, living. Because acting isn't pretending. It's having given circumstances that you pretend are real. So there's a little bit of pretending, but within that world that you're pretending, real situations are happening. If you see an actor cry on stage, they're not pretending to cry, they're really crying. Given circumstances are basically step one in the process of when you get a role. What time is it? What's the weather? Where are you? What year is it? That's what a given circumstance is. The thing that you have to make believe is real, so you can live truthfully in the fake moment. God, I'm not explaining this very well. It just pisses me off when the given circumstances are not being regarded at all. I watched The Grey with Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson, that is the hardest word to say. Plane crash, they've been in the snow. Not just the snow, not like, oh look, it's snowing outside, like blizzards. We're talking cold, we're talking negative degrees here, okay? And he falls after 3 days of dealing with that and trudging through the snow instead of doing what you should have done and stayed with the plane so someone can find you. He walks closer and closer to the rabid wolf den, and right before he gets there, he falls into the freezing river to save his friend, and his friend dies, and everyone dies, and it's great. And he gets out of the river and throws his hat off and takes off his gloves and he takes his jacket off and then keeps walking. Okay, given circumstance is that you have frostbite. You're so cold that you can't even think straight anymore, right? So when I see him walking through the snow like it's no fucking big deal. My cat's gonna knock over the camera in like 5 seconds, so. Oh my god, they're everywhere. I have too many cats. So what makes live theater so exciting? No two actors will ever, ever, ever do a role the same. Because it's impossible, because no two people are the same. Fact, right? When I get a script, I look at it like a coloring book. The lines are the the outlines of the picture, and it is my job to color the picture however I want. So I'm still doing the part. I'm still reciting the lines correctly. It's the same show, but it's my color. And that is so exciting to me. And hopefully to the audience too. Like when I go see a show that I've seen millions and millions of times, I'm still entertained because I like seeing all the hundreds and thousands of different ways that someone can say one sentence. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Again, I just sit here and ramble and then I put it on the internet. You have 2 months of rehearsal to figure out who you are as a character. Because when you get a role, it takes a long time to learn who this new character you're playing is, right? You have to find yourself in the character. You have to find a way to translate yourself into this role, right? So if you're playing a murderer, you don't just go on and be like, I'm evil, yada, 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 I'm gonna murder somebody. You say, well, what would make somebody murder another human being? How would you personally justify this for yourself? Because everybody justifies everything they do. No one says, hey, I'm evil, right? Like, Hitler probably didn't think that he was doing anything wrong because he justified it for himself. I might have used a bad example. So I thought I'd end this video with a song that I'm working on. It's not done at all, but this is what I have so far. Here it is. Let me down so I can die easy. Just turn around, say you don't need me. I won't get down on my knees and I won't beg you please, but believe me. Let me down so I can die easy. Fool around, but don't deceive me. It's over now, but you gotta leave me. You can't keep calling and crawling, can't fall at my feet when you need me. So fool around, but don't deceive me. That's all I have. But yeah, thanks for watching again. Appreciate it. Peace out. Till next time. Bye.